32, you're on 33, down 15, about 2.5 left. What was
in the third quarter. Yeah. To me, there's a lot of football left to play in the third quarter. On the what'd you say, 32-yard line, 33, right? Yeah. So that was I don't regret that decision. To me, that's, with that much time where that ball is right there. Yeah, I did what I felt like I needed to do in that particular time.
Jaylen's health effect.
Yeah, we didn't play. We didn't coach good enough. We didn't play good enough. It's as simple as that. And then why do you not do that? Well, you got to give credit to them too. That's a really good football team, and you don't come out and play your best game against the guys that they have and the coaches that they have. It's going to look like that. And so we got to coach better, we got to play better, and we got a lot to clean up.
Was Jaylen's health a factor in that fourth down decision there?
No. No. So.
Did they do anything differently schematically after that first quarter when you guys shut them down 3-0?
No. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Obviously, they started running the ball a little bit better. I mean, that was 6 plays. So it's hard to say that they made a complete schematic change after 6. Because they went 3 and out. Our defense did a nice job, but to say that exactly what their game plan is after 4 first and second down calls and 2 third down calls, I can't answer that question. You know what I'm saying? It's just too small of a sample size to say they did something completely different. They started moving the ball, being able to run and play action, and again, hats off to them. They got a lot of good players and a lot of good coaches.
Nick, you haven't often been in a situation where you're down that big late in the fourth quarter, but what's the benefit of keeping the starters in on the final?
We're still down 2 possessions. There was some time. We had our timeout still, and just trying to continue the game.
Final one, I think you were down 23.
Yeah, we're gonna fight to the end.
You're down at linebacker. They clearly went at the linebackers. Why weren't they able to perform and even just kind of make tackles?
Yeah, again, hats off. That's a tough team to tackle. Now we take pride in our tackling. I think we've been pretty good this year. We're in the top 10 as far as missed tackle rate, but we didn't do a good enough job today. Again, that's us putting the guys in positions to be able to tackle, and then also them doing it. So on a little bit uncharacteristic day on our part as far as the tackling. You saw that lead to some big plays. And part of that is too they broke tackles, so they played really well, and we didn't play well enough, and they coached really well, and we didn't coach well enough. At the end of the day, that's what it is, and it was a little uncharacteristic the missed tackles, but Debo and McCaffrey and Kittle, those guys do a good job, and Ayuk, they do a good job of breaking tackles as well.
What's the difference in Jaylen when he came back in after?
No, I thought he was fine when he came back in and was running the show and operating fine. Went down, drove, and got a touchdown, and then we just stalled out on the next drive. But they're in a prevent. They're playing softer, giving us the stuff underneath. So, but I thought he operated fine when he came back in, and obviously we'll see how he's feeling and everything.
What's your reaction to?
Yeah, again, have to watch the tape, but it started off good as an entire offense, and we just in the red zone kind of had some red zone woes right there that we've done much better job of, and then it's just today they stopped us in the red zone, kind of got behind the sticks on one of them, and got into a third and really long on one. I'll have to watch the tape exactly, see what happened there, but that was tough on us to start the game fast and only be up 6-0. But hats off to them; they did a good job in the red zone. And again, we didn't coach it well enough or execute it well enough.
Did you or did you stop yourself in the red zone?
Yeah, again, I'll always credit to them. That's a good football team. We're always going to want to play better, and when something like this happens, and coach better. But they did a good job. They got good players, and they had a good scheme, and they stopped us.
Sideline sequence when Dom was sent off. What was your reaction to that?
What was my reaction to that? Yeah, just saying that just knowing we had to move on and play the next play. So and that's all we were trying to do in that scenario is move on, getting the ball down inside the 10 or the 12-yard line or something after the personal foul, and just regrouping and get everybody going and play the next play, just like we do when we have a bad play, a good play, bad game, good game. We're gonna have to pick ourselves up off the mat, just this week, going into this week as well.
We have some players walking into the locker room and in the locker room that we'll see them again. This is the greatest disparity in loss that you've had now in 2 years.
Yeah.
Is that representative of the difference between those two teams, or is this a 1 week thing where they just kind of get ahead?
Yeah, they got after us good today. Again, a lot of credit to them. They're a really good football team. We didn't play our best game, and they're really good. You can't play that way against and coach that way against a really good team. So we're going to take this one day at a time. I heard a lot of guys back and forth, talking about, play it again. It's going to happen again, but there's so much football to be played between now and then. There's so many other good teams also. So, that can't be on our thought process. What's going to have to happen tomorrow is we're going to have to get the corrections of what we made mistakes on, and then go through our process. Anybody we play, in the NFC, we're going to make sure that we go through our process to say what happened, and then, kind of our game evaluation is if we play them again, here are the things that we need to do better. Here are the things that we may not have expected that they did. Here are some things that they did well that you can anticipate repeating. So we're gonna go through that process, and if it happens, it happens. But we're focused on the next game. Again, hats off to them.
Nick, you're always kind of hyper-focused on 1 week at a time. There was a report about your messaging to the team from Jay about take it personally, the way they talked in hindsight. Do you think that was the way to go?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. But, really what it was is kind of what I say to you guys all the time, as far as, hey, there were some things obviously said after last game. If you can use that if you want to use that as motivation, use it. If it distracts you, then don't. But make no mistake about it, the biggest motivation you always have is to play for each other. I'm not going to second guess. I'll second guess everything I'll rethink through everything that I do or don't do. But as far as the messaging goes, right there. That's what we're going to do with a lot of things. If it helps you, it helps you. If it doesn't, but play for each other. Same thing. With all that, try to play under control. There's been times we've used some stuff like that it's been good for us. Today it wasn't. And again, that's a really good football team, really good, well coached.
Couple more, please.
Two questions on kind of related. With Jaylen going out, was that part of the reason not to go for it on 4th and 2?
No.
What was kind of the discussion about that, and also how does your play calling change whenever the defense is not as successful as the past couple of weeks?
As far as right there, again, with where the ball was, I thought there was a lot of football left to be played to be able to punt it back to them. You take everything into account. It was just the decision I made right there, and sometimes my decisions in those areas are going to work, sometimes they're not, and this particular one, it didn't work.
You played a lot of snaps last week, particularly on defense on a short week too. Did you think that fatigue was an issue in this game?
No. Again, everyone at this time of year is going to be, tired and all those different things. We won't use that as an excuse. I know we played a lot of snaps, but we just, again, didn't coach well enough, didn't play well enough today.